Hello and welcome everybody back to Problem Solvers Podcast. I am your co-host James, and I am joined today by my co-host.
It's your boy, Allan.
It's Allan, everybody's boy.
Back at it again with some more Minecraft content.
Minecraft.
I'm sorry. Please cut that out.
Please everybody join us for our Minecraft stream coming up. No, I'm kidding. Unless Alan, unless you want to do it.
Unless.
Yeah. But so we're going to talk about on a whim, we're going to talk about balding and baldness and growing up as a man, and the difficulties that men have in the world, specifically baldness.
Okay, specifically baldness.
Yeah.
Let's not get too far into that rabbit hole.
So Alan, if you don't mind, I'll start talk about my
Okay.
kind of experience with baldness. I'm not bald, obviously. Just kidding. This is actually a piece. No.
Rips off hair.
Yeah.
You mean.
I'm that committed to the vine. And so, senior year of college. So this is like 4 or 5 years ago. Whatever. No, it's not 5 years ago. It was at least 4 years ago. I noticed that my hairline started receding, and so like my hair's long enough now where I can kind of hide it, but it definitely recedes more than I would have expected it to at this age. And like kind of in the back of my head, there's definitely like thinner hair and things like that. So I tried like a few things to try and like slow it down, and I have no idea if they've worked or not. And I'll get into that, but if you want to talk about your experience, Alan.
Wait, James. How many fingers can you fit?
A comfortable four, because the front hasn't receded. It's the sides.
I feel like I got a little room for maybe one more.
Like half a finger.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's still a forehead. It's still a forehead.
Yeah.
Dude, when I learned,
I don't know if my hairline is receding. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's always been kind of like.
It doesn't look. It looks. Your forehead looks square. Like the hairline looks square.
Yeah, because you got like what's that called, the widow's peak?
Okay, I thought that's what it was because somebody told me that in high school. Like that like when the side starts receding, it's a widow's peak. But apparently a widow's peak, and we can ask Chloe about this because I've talked to her about it. She's the one that told me. It's like when you just have that like kind of extra triangle-looking bit in the front. It's not doesn't have to do with losing hair. So I don't.
So your hair's just fucked.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
But a widow's peak kind of makes sense. You'd think like widows generally older. You know what I mean? Like so receding hairline. I don't know. That's what That's like the train of thought my mind went to. But so.
Yeah, I don't know why it's called that actually.
So what is your experience with hair and lack thereof?
Well, a very close friend of ours in also our junior year of college, actually. This was the first time I ever thought about it. Like, before that point, I never even realized or like never thought that there could be anything wrong with the health of my
there could be anything wrong with you ever, period.
No, just my hair. I know there's other things wrong. But I never thought before that point that there was anything wrong. And then this guy just points out to me one day, like, yo, why can I see, like, why does it look like you're balding? Like, why do you have a bald spot in the back of your head? It's like the first person that ever pointed that out to me.
And how did you feel?
And from that point on, I was very self-conscious about my hair. Because, like, my hair is especially thin also. Mm-hmm. So, like, just if I have it like a certain way, or if there's like a certain lighting, you can kind of see like my scalp. Like you can see like through my hair.
Yeah.
To my scalp.
Mm-hmm.
Like yours is like kind of thick, so like even if you're looking at it.
That's why I'm not gonna show everybody, and I don't know if my webcam you could even see it, but like the back of my head, you can definitely see my scalp. But that's also like fairly normal. You're just like this, the back of your head, but.
Like, I feel like it is normal, but it's the fact that I was made more apparent of it. Because I've seen, like, so in the dorms, like, when I was walking into the building, sometimes a friend on, like, a higher floor would take, like, a top-down picture of me. And I could see my bald spot in the picture. And, like, just little things like that would just start getting to me.
Yeah. That's what's interesting about balding, or, like, is, like, it's easy to make fun of somebody that's bald. Like I've never like made fun of anybody that I know that's bald, but like everybody's heard bald jokes from movies or whatever, and so so it's just like it's or you're like even from a young age you're already primed to think that people that are bald, like it's like haha, it's just like a silly thing, and like it's easy to make fun of. It's like an easy joke to make, but then like when it happens, like the first time I realized like that my hairline was way different. Like I don't know if I saw a picture of myself from like a year or two before. I don't remember exactly how I noticed it, but it was so the reaction I got was like, oh, like, not that I'm old. I don't even know. It was just so like, I can't believe this is a problem that I didn't know about that should have been obvious.
Like, oh, this is real.
Yeah, exactly.
This is hitting me.
It feels like I got blindsided by like nothing, by a problem I never even considered. So that's what really sucks about it. It's like if I knew I was gonna be bald from the day I was born, then I wouldn't care. I would be like, all right, it's gonna happen. Like whatever, I'll just shave my head. That's the other problem. I have a very weirdly shaped head, so I don't think I can go with a short buzz cut.
Sorry, I didn't mean to agree with you. Like, oh yeah, you're it too.
That would have been awesome.
But like some people can pull off being bald because like their head is like
it's just a nice head,
nicely shaped. Yeah, but like if I shave my head, some people you can kind of tell. It's just like you'll look weird if you're bald.
Absolutely, 100%.
I don't want to be bald. Oh my god.
So
I've had long hair for a very long time.
Do you have anybody? Because they say that the hair follows a mother's line. Like your mother's side. Do you have like bald people on the mother's side, on your mom's side of your family?
No one that I know of is like bald, but my dad has always had like very short hair, but like he's kept it that way because like he trims it short. Okay. So like, I don't think so.
But what about like any aunts and uncles or grandparents?
No.
Interesting.
Like no one is bald that I know of.
Because I only have.
But like my mom does have like kind of thin hair, like I do.
Okay. That's interesting. My on my dad's side, I have one bald uncle, but that's it. Like everybody else in my family, especially my mom's side, like my grandpa, still has hair. So it's like it's weird to think, but like like my grandpa's like in his late 80s and he's still doing pretty well. And his hair is definitely, he has like a really bad receding hairline, but for somebody in their 80s he looks amazing, you know what I mean? So it's just like, I don't know if it's just like it's just been a slow receding hairline his whole life, like, and like that I'd be fine if I had some, like if I had his hair when I'm his age, I'd be totally fine with that.
Like, is his hair still thick though?
Yeah, mostly. I wouldn't say that it's thinned much. It's really just the receding hairline. That's the only thing. So, but
because I don't know if this is like a Asian people thing, but I think Asian people have like thinner hair naturally.
I mean, I definitely have heard that before. Like, I haven't made any observations myself. So, but so okay. So then, have you done anything to like try and,
Well, we did talk about it like pretty briefly before, but just some low effort stuff. I don't apply Rogaine and like other hair loss products.
And as I mentioned before, that's because you have to eat the Rogaine. You're doing it wrong.
Yeah, I'm not taking Rogaine. I don't have Rogaine tablets. First thing in the morning, but yeah, I just do really little stuff. Like I looked into it. Like I started exfoliating my scalp more because actually I never brush my hair. But like I started doing that. Like,
but do you like comb your hair?
Comb or brush my hair? No, like I never did.
You just move it with your hands.
Yeah.
My hair does not cooperate like that. But that's kind of it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like my hair is like naturally just straight, but I almost don't like that. Like I wish it was thicker and that I could do more with it, but
you could try.
I don't know.
Like gel it up.
Nah, it's not the same.
I'll have like crazy Goku
Like if I
hair.
gelled this up, it would still be like thin. Like it wouldn't look thicker. Like it would just look.
It would just
weird.
look up.
Yeah, it would be thin but up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the only things I've tried are like I mean I mentioned this earlier. Like we've tried. Everybody's seen those YouTube sponsorships for Hims. You apparently, except for you, but a lot of like YouTube channels that I've seen have been sponsored by them at one point or another. And so I tried that, which is just like a telemedicine. Like they send you biotin like gummies, and like they also sent me something else. I forget what it is, but it's actually like a topical thing that you're supposed to put on your head. Like I think after you shower.
Oh, is it like argan hair oil, something like that?
I don't remember. I should have
'Cause
looked it up before we
use
started
that.
talking. But wait, how did you find out about that stuff?
How did I find out? Oh, I was watching a video on hair health, and it was from a model, so I take it he knows what he's talking about. He has very luscious hair. And he was like, after every time you shower, just apply some of this argan hair oil.
Was it his company or something?
No.
Okay,
no.
good.
It's like a generic thing. Like you can find it in like anywhere.
So I tried. Have you tried taking biotin at all? Like multivitamins that include biotin, or just like biotin supplements?
Is that just vitamin A?
Is that what?
Is that just vitamin A?
No, it's I don't think it is. It's like the protein and stuff that ends up in your nails and hair. And so I actually noticed when I originally did it with Hims, and it was just these gummies. They had like 1,600% more biotin than your daily recommended amount, but it's water soluble, so you just pee any extra out. Vitamin A is fat soluble, so it definitely isn't a vitamin A then. I would have died.
So you can't OD on that.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say I do take something like that, but I'm pretty sure it is biotin, but my mom told me it was vitamin A, so I don't know if it's.
It might
like
have both. Who knows? Like it might just be too because I take a multivitamin in the morning. I think it's like one a day, whatever, and
I mean, I hope I'm not ODing on vitamin A then.
and it has a bunch of stuff, and it has 200% of the biotin that's recommended in the day, and it will normally have like over 100% of the amount of vitamin C and things like that, because that's like it's just excess. If your body doesn't use it, it just gets excreted out,
flushed.
Yeah, and what's it called? So when I was taking the 1600, I took that for probably like a year. I stayed with Hims, and I definitely noticed my hair loss slowed, maybe even stopped. But I don't know if it would have done that normally. Like I don't know if I just went through like a short period in college where like my hairline kind of receded a little bit and then stopped, or I don't know if it was the Hims. It probably maybe a mixture of both. But I also used the shampoo that Hims came with. It's just like a regular shampoo that has, I think, biotin in it as well, or something like that.
Direct application.
Yeah. It actually had hair in it, and so when I washed my hair, so then.
Ew.
So then.
Could you imagine? That's like an actual product. Just like there's real hair in this shampoo. Apply it for like 2 seconds of validation.
Apply it to see all your hair fall out again. And so I still use the shampoo because they would send me a bottle every month, and I wouldn't even use like half of a bottle for like a single month. So I still have I probably have four bottles left, because they would send me a new one every month and I would never finish it. So I have four. I was literally getting too much stuff from the subscription. But so then anyway, so the really excessive 1,600% biotin per month or per day thing. I noticed that my nails grew way faster, and were thicker. Like they were more difficult to cut. So I don't know if my hair got any thicker, or I probably did too, but I didn't notice it. But I don't know if it necessarily helped my hair growth, but whatever. And I'm such an idiot that at the time, as a quick little story, I was working in a lab. I was working at a laser company, and I was wearing gloves every day, like latex gloves, like working with kind of optics and other things. And I didn't put it together. I noticed that my nails were growing faster, and so I was like, oh, it must be from wearing the gloves. That's I don't know why I thought that, but I was like, and I asked one of my coworkers, I was like, do your nails grow faster now that you've been wearing these gloves? And he's like,
James, do you think your toenails grow faster because you're wearing like socks all the time? Like,
dude, I don't know, because I was wearing gloves like literally 8 hours a day. It was very rare that I wasn't wearing gloves in the lab, because otherwise you get fingerprints all over like these optics.
Yeah.
And so my coworker's like, no, I haven't noticed anything, and I was like, whatever.
They were probably like, what a bizarre question. What's wrong with this guy?
But the thing is, I wasn't going crazy. Like my fingernails were definitely growing faster. So it wasn't like but at the time I wasn't even sure, and then I kind of figured it out. And then I realized I was like, oh, I'm taking this ridiculous amount of biotin, so that's why that's happening. So then I switched to regular multivitamins, and it's 200% biotin, and I feel like since then my hair loss has started up again, but much, much slower. So my hairline's definitely still slightly receding, and it's kind of like, it feels like it's on and off. Like sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. So I might go back on, I don't know, might try actually something like, I don't know, something.
Rogaine.
Probably not Rogaine, unless it really gets bad. And plus, the thing is, I would not mind being bald or like shaving my head, like just going with, but it's just the freaking shape of my head, dude. Like, I mean, I guess I'll just have to commit to it. I don't even know what my head's shaped like.
I don't want to be bald, bro. I don't never want to be bald.
Would you go with just bald on top, but then hair on the sides?
No. That's worse. That's worse. I would do something. I would invest in something at that point, like surgery.
Like the hair transplant stuff?
Yeah.
Because apparently the way that works is they take hair follicles from areas where hair is still growing, and they just move them to other... And I don't know if that's... Does that stimulate more hair growth? Or is it literally just spreading out your hair to like kind of even it out?
I think they literally just put like a new follicle there.
Oh, new?
Not like new, like they take it. Yeah,
okay.
like they spread it out.
That's interesting. Because, like, is that a long-term solution? Like, I've seen... I don't know. I don't know too much about it. All I know is I've seen that amazing meme of Elon Musk when he's, like, in his, I don't know, like, the early 2000s, and it's him, and he's literally balding. He has, like, kind of light brown hair, or maybe, like, dark brown, I don't know. And he's balding, and then the next picture is him in, like, 2018, and he has, like, a full head of dark hair, and the meme was, become so rich that your hair grows back. But he had a hair transplant, apparently, so...
I didn't know he had a hair transplant.
That I think so. I mean, allegedly, I don't know. I don't want to, you know.
Yeah, his whole like hair color changed.
When Elon watches this, I don't want him to get upset.
It's not offensive. It's just, is it?
No, I don't know. Would you be offended if you were super successful in like 20 years and somebody was talking about how you were going bald, but then now you're not?
Like, no. I look good now. Like.
So.
Yeah.
All right. So what is our out of the box solution for people that are struggling with just kind of realizing now that they have some hair loss issues?
Get a hair transplant.
Get a hair transplant. Just go right to the
or
end.
Like, I don't know. There could be other things aside from age that contribute to hair loss, like stress. Because I do think that over the last few months, when I have been out of college, my hair loss has not been as bad. Or like, I don't know if that's just me telling myself that, but I do think that my hair doesn't look as like thin and balding and
that's actually
whatever.
Interesting. I definitely noticed that there was, I forget when I noticed my hair loss started up again. I forget when it was, but it was like I was probably at the beginning of this COVID-19 like thing, and we were in the middle of a semester, so I had to, like, my job like ramped up crazy amounts, like in like for a few short weeks, and I think that's when my hair loss, like, I noticed it again. So like, and that, so I was super stressed for like a few weeks, and so yeah, I think there's definitely a lot to that. Yeah,
because I think the point when it bothered me the most, or when I noticed it the most at least, was like when I was super stressed my first semester last year, or like last year of college, and I was just so stressed that my mom called me during finals week, and she didn't even say anything to like trigger me. She literally said, "How are you?" and I just broke down crying. Like, that's how stressed I was at that point.
That sucks.
Like, that's when like I felt my hair loss was the worst.
Wait, was that your last semester or second to last semester?
Second to last.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say like you snapped and you're like, "How dare you ask how I'm doing?" You know,
No.
but it was the other direction.
I was just like, "Oh my god,
Damn.
I can't do this." I'm losing my hair. I can't pass finals.
See, dude, that's the vicious cycle you find not you specifically, but people find themselves in, where it's just like, one thing's difficult and challenging and causing a lot of stress, and then it's like another thing happens on top of that, and then it's just it's like a vicious cycle. Oh man.
I mean, I don't actually know if it could be the stress that's causing it, or if it's the stress making you like perceive it as like worse than it actually is. Because it could be that too. Just like maybe my hair loss wasn't like worse back then. It was just I was so stressed I could only see like negative things, and so I would see like what wasn't as big of a problem as bigger of a problem at that point.
Oh, I get what you're saying. So the out of the box solution is pretend like it's not happening, and then all your problems will go away.
Yeah, just ignore it.
Yeah,
it's not a problem.
No, that's why I totally. That's why that's basically the same reason why I'm not sure if when I used hymns and like the extra biotin and stuff, if I was noticing that my hair wasn't being lost at the same rate or not. Like, it was too hard to measure and tell. Well, it was impossible to measure other than just by what I look like. So so I feel like it's the same thing kind of. What?
You weren't sure if it's just like a placebo.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you're seeing it as better because you know that you're taking.
Because I'm paying like whatever, $20 a month for these stupid things. Yeah. So, but see, the one I wouldn't if I were if I were bolder, what I would do now is I would shave my head, and like not completely shave it, but just like get like a 0 or a 1 crew cut at the barbershop, and see what my head looks like, basically. You know what I mean? Like, get like a good look at it and see if I'm comfortable with living like this forever. Because
get your free trial.
yeah, exactly. But I had a teacher in high school that did that when he was like in his 20s or 30s, and he said he was just always bald. Like, I never knew him with hair. And one day in class, he's like, he's like, you know what I did when I was younger? I shaved my hair, and it never grew back. True story. And so I was like, so it doesn't grow back at a certain point. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if he just timed it so accidentally perfectly that like he was basically already bald and was like, let me just shave it off and whatever. Or if somehow shaving off his hair, I don't think shaving off his hair caused his balding to increase or accelerate or anything. So I honestly at some point might just go for a really short crew cut, just to like see if I could live with myself being bald, and then I'll have my answer. Then I'll know if I'm gonna go bald. Sure, whatever, let it happen. Then if I hate it, then I'm gonna fight it to the bitter end, and and then get a toupee if it comes to that.
Yeah. Now, when quarantine was really bad, and we didn't have to go outside for a while, I actually thought about going bald. Because like you can't go out for haircuts, so it's just like
just like buying
easy to maintain.
Buying like one of those buzz things.
Yeah, like we have clippers, so I was just like, I don't think no one's gonna see me. What's the harm in
the best
trying
time to do
bald?
it? Dude, all I was doing
but I didn't do it.
Was sitting at home and playing Animal Crossing like it was my job. I could have done it.
All I was doing was playing Minecraft.
Really?
Instead of going to class.
It's 2020, bro.
Yeah.
You're still playing Minecraft?
Yeah, and Minecraft like popped off again. Like,
it did.
It's relevant because of the update.
That's true. We should play Minecraft. We should do a Minecraft podcast.
I am down.
But
sometimes I think to myself that I could be super successful if I put the same effort that I put into some video games into my actual life. Because if you ask me anything about like Minecraft, I have like the encyclopedia knowledge.
That's so interesting. Wait, I thought you were gonna say that the other way around. I thought you were gonna say if you put the same effort as you did in school or life or whatever into like playing video games for like YouTube, or like being a Twitch streamer or being like a YouTube gamer or something like that. Because half the battle is like learning how to record it and make it interesting. So, like, I've tried it before on this channel, on Content Drop. There's a video of me and John, who is on the podcast, one of our guests, and another friend, John, playing Worms Revolution. You guys should check it out if you're watching this video.
Wait, is that the game where like your worms, obviously, but you have to like attack each other, and you can also like destroy the map.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like
Oh,
you
I
go
want
turn by
that
turn.
game looked really fun.
It's fun, dude. If you want
Yeah,
to play, it's pretty cheap. If you want to play, we did a silly
I'd be
thing in the
down.
video, and you'd be like more than welcome to join us play this because I think up to 4 people can play, where we each gave ourselves a handicap, we each decided like okay I'm gonna every turn I have to like if I deal damage to somebody else I have to also take damage, right? Like some type of thing that works against you. We all had to decide on that, but we wouldn't tell each other, so we didn't tell each other what our handicap was, and then we had to guess what the other person's handicap was like throughout the game, and that was really the point. And it actually kind of was like fun, but it was like very confusing, and so I don't know if you want to play, and if if anybody's listening
right
that wants to play, drop us a line. Anyway,
you got to be a tier 3 subscriber.
tier 3, yeah, it's $50. You support us on Patreon.
Yeah.
But what were you saying?
You know what game's really popular right now? Among Us.
Yes, I played a little bit. Have you?
No, I haven't played it yet. I
Oh,
don't
dude,
even
get it.
Own it yet.
It's like $5. It's free on the iPhone or a mobile. I don't know if it's also on Android.
Yeah, is it cross-platform? Because I feel like that's not the same.
It is cross-platform.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
okay.
you can control the entire game with just your mouse. If you want it like that, like you could do just your mouse or you could do mouse and keyboard. Because you can just like point in the direction you want your character to move.
Okay.
So.
Because physics chat Discord was talking about playing Among Us.
Oh, I
by
missed
the
that.
group, I mean like just Hamid, but
We should have Hamid on the podcast.
yeah, we should.
We might cut this all out because this has nothing to do with hair loss. But anyway, so
That's fine.
so my
De-stress, play video games. That'll help you not lose hair, keep hair.
See, video games sometimes cause me more stress because I'm like
It
I should
depends
be
on the
doing other
game.
things, you know.
I mean, like, play Animal Crossing. That's relaxing. Don't play like League of Legends. You
Oh my God.
lose more than just your hair.
I hate League of Legends so much. Like, you have no idea the history I have with that game and how bad I am at it.
No, we're playing League later. You should join.
No, I never even reached ranked. Like I never reached level 30. Like I got to
I'm not ranked.
Like you've never played ranked, or you never got to level 30 either.
I have played ranked.
Oh, okay. You just don't
But
play.
I don't like ranking.
Yeah.
It's stressful.
But okay, so my out of the box solution for somebody potentially dealing with hair loss is to shave your head now, see what you look like, see if you're comfortable with the short hair, and then if you're not, then look for alternative solutions. Taking biotin, I think definitely will help to an extent. And finding like hair loss shampoos, like some small things at first, and if those aren't working, then try and go to the bigger things like Rogaine or something like that. Personally, I haven't obviously experimented with that.
Also, beware of the possibility that your hair might not grow back. Apparently.
What, with Rogaine? Like it might just stop
with
it?
shaving your head.
Oh, yes. Yes,
Yeah.
your hair just might not grow back, as my history teacher told me. But, alright, so Allan, do you have any words of wisdom? What are you going to do personally, also?
So, I guess, one, like, evaluate what things could be stressing you out. Like, evaluate the state of your mental health. Because it could just be that your stress is, like, as I've mentioned before, it could just be that your stress is actually causing you to lose hair, or is making you think that you're losing hair when you're not actually. And then the other thing could be just like improve your lifestyle overall. Like your body starts from your diet, so like maybe just eating better could improve your hair health. Because like I don't know, I think I've been eating a lot better lately in addition to being out of college, and I do think that my hair health has improved, like among all the other stuff that I've been doing. But that is one thing that I have incorporated, just like eating better.
Mm-hmm. Well, when you say eating better, do you mean like fruits and vegetables, or like more like balanced?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Because I totally forgot to mention one thing. I think what actually might have triggered my hair loss was I went vegetarian. And just
that triggered your hair loss.
or like accelerated it. I don't remember exactly the timeline, but definitely like I think that's at least when I noticed it. And because when I first went vegetarian, I basically like just cut out meat which was surprisingly easy. But then like I didn't replace it with like more. I didn't replace it with like appropriate and healthy things. Like I basically wasn't eating enough fruits and vegetables. Most of my diet was probably just carbs, and then when I actually like a few months later, I was reading about being vegetarian. I actually like figured out a diet. So now I eat like a lot more fruits and vegetables, and then my energy levels went back to normal slowly, but they eventually got there. And that's when I think my hair slowed down. So that's I totally forgot to mention that. That's why I'm not entirely sure if me fixing my diet, like you were saying you were doing, to balance it out with more fruits and vegetables, was what caused my hair loss to slow down, or if it was because of Hims, or like probably some combination of both. I don't know. But ultimately, if we don't have shaved heads next episode, Alan, everybody's gonna think that we're liars.
Yeah.
So we got to do it.
I feel like this topic is almost silly because I don't know if people will think that like
we're
are
balding.
losing
Yeah,
hair.
I know. I was just thinking that.
Just like what are these guys talking about? They have like full heads of hair.
This is the time though that you gotta consider it.
Yeah.
Oh, I also
We're
do.
in our mid-20s.
When you said that the guy took the picture of you above, like from the stairway, looking down, and that's when you saw like you saw the top of your head. She. All right. Sorry. Yeah. Jeez. Political correctness. Anyway, and so, I'm kidding. And so, the same thing happened to me the other day, and that's when I realized it might have been accelerating again. Like whatever, a few weeks ago, where like I saw like a picture of me from the back of my head, and I, like same exact thing. It's just it almost feels like a stomach, like a very minor but stomach dropping moment. You're like, fuck, I still have to deal with this, like.
Yeah, that's actually why I started wearing hats more.
Yo, I've been wearing hats more too. That's so funny. And then
it's like it's not a problem. No one can see it.
My mother told me I shouldn't wear hats because she thinks that will accelerate the baldness because it's like rubbing on your head and stuff. I don't know if that's true though. I don't think that's true.
I feel like that's a myth. It's like one of those things. It's like, oh yeah, like applying chapstick all the time makes your lips more chapped. Like it doesn't.
I've never heard that one. But I wonder if that let's think about both those myths for just a second. Most bald guys wear hats. So it's like you probably just assume.
Is that true?
I don't know if most, but it's not uncommon to see like bald guys wear hats. More often, I would argue, than people that aren't bald. Proportional to the population size of bald people, and people that aren't bald. So I think that some people just associate hats with bald people more easily. So you know what I mean?
I have not
really
associated this.
My uncle, the only person in my family that's bald, always wears a hat. Always. And I just feel like it's... So there's my data point. That's my study. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. No,
this is not statistically significant.
100% of people
everyone I know that wears a hat has hair. Like...
No, I definitely know I've definitely seen multiple bald people. Like, I don't know. Whatever. If you agree or disagree, leave it in the comments below. I don't think I need to support my argument. But I think, though, that's more of a correlation than a causation. Like, that's why I think my mother was like, don't wear a hat. But then I think the same thing's true I would guess the same thing's true with chapstick, where it's like most people who use chapstick probably maybe notice their lips being chapped more often or something like that, or like use it more often just if they have it, if they're a regular user of chapstick. That's my guess.
I'm noticing my lips are chapped.
I never use the chapstick unless it's really dry and cold out, like in the winter, But
use chapstick.
Yep, that's our out of the box solution.
Yeah, losing hair, use chapstick.
If you're losing hair, you don't want to lose your lips, so you gotta work on what you got.
Be proactive. Don't lose anything else.
Oh man. You ever see that meme that's, if I can find it, I'll put it on screen, of the guy, the father and son recreating a photo, like 30 years later or whatever, and it's the dad is holding the baby, like, in the bathtub or whatever, and he's like holding it and his head's over the baby, and then the recreation photo is the dad is now bald, and the baby's now a 30-year-old man who has, like, a lot of hair on his chest and stuff like that, and so the comment on the meme was, it's like the dad's hair slowly fell onto the baby's chest over 30 years. It's a great meme. Quality meme. Yo, we should do a meme
Maybe
review. We should steal from PewDiePie.
Maybe your hair's going somewhere else. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
That's fine. All right. I think. Do we have anything else to add? Any other way that we could help our friends?
You just eat better, even if it's not for your hair, just take your
That's
health
true.
into your own hands.
Good
Because
point.
you've seen the way that I ate during college.
It's all halal. That's all it was.
Yeah, all halal, all fast food.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't even notice it at the time, but as soon as I started eating better, I felt a lot better.
That's interesting.
Just literally eat an orange.
Just start right now. Eat an orange.
Yeah, like when I say I started eating more fruits and vegetables, I meant I started eating fruits and vegetables. Like I didn't eat well at all during the whole time in school.
That is, I totally agree. Yeah, I don't think I had that dramatic of a, switch. But also,
Mine was a jump.
Yeah, I would like to at one point talk about diet more specifically then, because vegetarianism, like being a vegetarian, even though I'm kind of a liar, I'm more of a pescatarian. I do eat some fish, not too often, but every now and then. And like I've learned so much about diet and taking care of yourself, and like stuff I had like I wasn't ignorant to, but I just never really thought about, So It's a good topic.
I'd be down. I tried going vegetarian at some point as well.
How long ago was that?
Like last summer.
Hey, was it because of me?
No.
Oh.
No, it was because I was broke and it's cheaper.
Is it cheaper?
To an extent. I don't know.
Because you could probably buy like a pack of hot dogs and live off hot dogs, and that's probably really cheap.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to do that. If I was making my own meals, I wouldn't be doing that.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah. That makes sense. That definitely makes sense. But if you think about it, cows only eat grass, and then they turn into meat. So cows are vegetarian.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
So, okay.
But we eat cows.
That does not make us vegetarian.
Oh no, that's not that wasn't my point. My point is like they are obviously able to develop healthily and build a lot of muscle and mass and stuff like that, and all they eat is grass. And so that's kind of my point. It's
Also,
like they're actually. Oh no, I guess they're
they also
technically
have
not vegan.
4 stomachs, so they can like redigest the same grass
Yeah.
4 times.
So that's the out of the box solution. We just need 4 stomachs.
Yeah, 4 stomachs, you'll get better hair. Eat grass.
Yep. That's it. All right. Glad we can help everybody out there that's dealing with this. And I hope you have a wonderful September.
Don't forget to smash that like button.
Yes, thank you, Allan.
Leave a comment.
No, yeah, but if you guys are interested, if anybody is interested in reaching out and being part of the community, this huge community, better act quick, otherwise you might miss your opportunity. Please do. Like we would love to have some guests on the podcast or anything like that. Yeah. And obviously this is just
now before we get too big.
yeah. If you want to be a regular on the podcast, now's your time to shine. All right. Sound good?
Yep.
Cool.
All good.
I'm gonna stop recording in 3,
Bye.
2, 1.